Okay, it's got the stream. Okay, now I have to title this. Hello, welcome to the Super Divorce channel on YouTube. Title of this video will be Let's take a look at the no, hold on. Avatar at the Avatar, the last Airbender, one word, complete series, it's a Steelbook box set. Done. Anyone can watch. Category: entertainment. I hope this is entertaining. That took me a minute and a half to get going. You know, that is a big downside to using the Streamlabs app, that you can't change that before you go live. Also, they're telling me I have a poor connection. Let me try to connect with the, it's trying to reconnect, it says. So now it's telling me other things. 0 people here. Probably no notifications went out again. Tonight, I'm sitting here with a St. Atcha Gold Ultimate Light Beer. I got a pack of these several weeks ago, and this is kind of the lone beer that was left in the back of the fridge. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and crack it open. Yeah. As I finished up, I should have put Monday Night Raw in the title as well. Should have said, let's also talk about Monday Night Raw, but I can't extend the title of the stream indefinitely. You have to pick and choose what you're going to talk about. But I will say real quick, I did watch more of tonight's episode of Raw than I have been recently. It wasn't awful. Nothing really to write home about, but I guess it wasn't too terrible. The ending was kind of strange. You know, the referee that did the fast count, they had the main event was Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, and the referee pulled a fast count on Kevin Owens. Randy Orton hit kind of a routine move, you know, his DDT, the hangman DDT off the ropes on Owens, and then he goes for the pin, and then the ref came over and gave him like the quick count, the fast count, and helped Orton win. And some shenanigans went down, and Kevin Owens ended up getting his hands on the ref, and he brought him back in the ring, and he tore his shirt off. And underneath his referee shirt, he was wearing a Seth Rollins shirt. You know, it's like if you were working for Seth Rollins as like Seth Rollins' secret referee, why would you wear a Seth Rollins t-shirt underneath? You know, I know it's wrestling, okay? I get it, but come on. You know, that's just silly. Okay, so here's this Avatar, The Last Airbender complete series on Blu-ray in a Steelbook format. I've never watched a single episode of this show right here. What I do know is that I feel like over time, this has gained prominence. It has become, I guess a lot of people would say it's really a classic. You know, and I've seen some arguments amongst sort of your anime diehards. You've got some people that don't want to classify this show as an anime, and other people say that it is, like it or not. Some people seem to be put off by the fact that it's a Nickelodeon show. That doesn't really matter, though. It's like if it's a good show and it falls in the Papa John might call it the anime category, then how can you deny it? Why would you deny it just because it was a Nickelodeon program? So over the years, my interest in this has gone up. When it first came out, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I saw that it was a Nickelodeon program, and I've got kind of my classic Nickelodeon go-tos that I love to this day. And maybe that made me kind of biased. Like I didn't want to accept this notion that there might be a modern day, even though now this, has been off the air for a while, so it's kind of no longer in this current generation of Nickelodeon shows. Now there are probably people who feel the way about new Nickelodeon shows that I felt about this when it was released. People now who grew up with Avatar might be saying, well, I'm not going to watch any new Nickelodeon stuff because it's not going to come close to Avatar. It's not going to touch The Last Airbender. And that's how I felt about, some of the what would you say, early to mid 2000s. Is that when this was released initially? I couldn't tell you exactly the years that this was airing. But, I remember hearing about it. I saw the commercials and you see people talk about it, and it just never really struck me as something I needed to check out. Of course, over time, I think more and more people have looked into it, and it has gained quite the reputation. And so I've been tempted several times before when I've seen box sets for this to be like, you know what, maybe I'll go ahead and pick it up and see what it's all about. And actually on the same trip, when I picked up that Scooby-Doo set that I showed last night, I saw this. This was in the new release section, like right up front when you walked in, and it was on sale for a good price. And I was like, you know what? This looks like a pretty cool set. It's Steelbook. It looks nice and elegant. It's going to look good on a shelf. And if I watch it and I love it, I feel like this is going to be the kind of set that I'm really, really happy I picked up. Because it's probably the kind of set that 5 to 10 years from now is going to be really tough to find. And when you do find it, it's probably going to be selling for like over $200. So that's what I'm thinking. That's why I took the gamble, and I was like, I'll go ahead and see what it's all about. And so I'm going to go ahead and unbox this here. I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to make a small incision right here just to get it started. And I prefer to do as little cutting as possible when it comes to opening packages and things of that nature, because then you just reduce the possibility of accidentally slicing into your item, especially when you're trying to record yourself or stream. When you're trying to hold a camera in one. Hey, you know what? I figured this out. Remember, I can do this for a moment. Let me. It looks like I have a nice setup over there for a sort of between two ferns style interview show. That might be cool at some point to explore that. See what I can do over there. All right. So now it is open. We are about 10 minutes into the stream and I still don't have a single viewer. It could be that no one wants to watch my streams. That could very well be it. But, I've got 391 subs that I feel like I've worked very honestly and fairly consistently for over the years. My YouTube subs are not the result of any shenanigans the way that I will admit my Twitter subs are. Twitter subs are absolutely meaningless when you go to the Super Divorce Twitter account. I think I've got over 10,000. And that was because when the Twitter account was actually representing my old band, Sleep Star Ignition, we migrated that account, that same one. It used to be used for Sleep Star Ignition, And we really we spent some time on one of those like for like programs, and it boosts your numbers. It worked, but none of the people are real. No one cares. That's why my engagement is incredibly low. If you go and look over there, it's like, oh yeah, you got 10,000 followers, but most of your posts get 0 to 3 likes or retweets. So that's a little embarrassing. I wish that we had not done that. But at this point, the Twitter account has its history. I'm not going to scrub it. I don't delete tweets. I've said some things I look back on where I'm like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that was a stupid tweet. But I'm not a tweet deleter. If you go back and you find something I said that I would disagree with now, I'll just say, yeah, that was kind of dumb. But if anyone's ever like, I was digging through your posts and I found this bullshit that you wrote 10 years ago, what do you have to say for yourself? I will say, I'm sorry that you spent so much time doing that because I don't really care. Okay. Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender complete series on Blu-ray. Now this is this outer box is black with a kind of sparkly it's got like a sparkly matte finish. It's not glossy, but it's like a sparkly matte. And you've got some gold, or not gold. Of course, this is silver. That color is silver right there. It's not gold. It's the other shiny metal that people like to use for money. This is silver. It is not gold. And the silver is it looks very nice. Even the Blu-ray disc logo has been done in that sparkly silver. This is the complete series once again. Now, if I can look at this real quick, because I already tore it off, but I don't know what this is. It says, includes exclusive excerpt from the New York Times bestseller, The Rise of Kyoshi. I don't know if that's connected to Avatar, or if there's going to be like a little booklet inside here. I'll find out. And this is the 15th anniversary. First time on Steelbook. Limited edition. Unlike the Scooby-Doo set, I don't see a number of, to let you know which edition you have of how many they printed. But let's see. So I know nothing about this, really. I know that M. Night Shyamalan made a live-action movie that pissed a lot of people off. No one liked that. I don't know if people think that the last Airbender movie or the Dragon Ball Z movie, the live-action, which one was better? Maybe that'd be a good thing to tell me in the comments. So let's see. What is this all about? Nickelodeon, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Water, Earth, Fire, Air. Reminds me right there of Captain Planet right off the bat. 4 nations. 1 war-torn world. Celebrate the 15th anniversary of the epic saga Avatar: The Last Airbender with this 3 Steelbook collection featuring all new art for each book. Go back to the beginning and experience everything from the discovery of Avatar Aang, I think that's how you say it, Aang, in the frozen iceberg to the mastery of all 4 elements. From the battle at Ba Sing Se to the final showdown with the Fire Nation. Your destiny awaits as you relive all the powerful bending that blew you away once more. Well, I've never been blown away by the bending because this is my first time through, so I'm kind of excited to see what this is all about. Special features, what have we got here? The making of Avatar featurettes, original uncut animatic Bato of the Water Tribe, original uncut animatic The Avatar State, behind the scenes with the Avatar cast and crew, Avatar super deformed shorts, Into the Fire Nation at San Diego Comic-Con, the Women of Avatar: The Last Airbender, plus featurettes, audio commentaries, and more. All right. So with that, we've got, when you look at it here from the side, Book 1, Water, Book 2, Earth, Book 3, Fire. But what I'm confused about is the fact that they list water, earth, fire, and air. I wonder why they would only choose these three and why air was left out. Maybe my questions will be answered when I actually go ahead and watch this. So let's take a look at Book 1 first. Actually, before that, this is what I happened to reach in and pull out. This must be the this must be the exclusive excerpt from the New York Times bestseller, The Rise of Kyoshi. Here's the excerpt. This is a nice glossy, fine quality stock here for this little booklet. It says on the back, an instant USA Today and New York Times bestseller. Justice begins with one whammon. This is available now, by the way, from Amulet Books. I don't know if I want to read too much about this because it could give me spoilers. Yeah, because look, it says Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I'm guessing this is from the world of Avatar over here. I don't want to find out too much before I've gone through the series. So maybe I'll have to report back on this later, but I will just open this up here and yeah, shocking twists, dangerous decisions, and heart-rending choices. I was ravenous for more of this earth-bending legend, says Hypable. The epic saga of the Avatar Kyoshi continues in Book 2, The Shadow of Kyoshi, coming July 2020. So this is not a graphic novel, this is an actual book. Okay. This is interesting. This is pretty cool. You know what? I don't know that I've ever read a novel that was printed fully on like a glossy, nice stock like this. That'd be kind of interesting to see sometime. I mean, it'd be unnecessarily expensive, but just as a collectible, that would be kind of a cool addition to have of something. If it wasn't like your typical paper pages, you know, like your run-of-the-mill novel that you pick up, if they made like a super deluxe version of various novels and it was printed on this, you know, it's like a heavier stock than, it's a heavier stock than a comic book page, than most comics you would read. What would I compare this to? I've maybe gotten some CD booklets that are kind of like this, but you can just hear it. That's like a heavier page, and it's nice and glossy, and it's got a good smell to it, a nice aroma. Discover more epic fantasy adventures from best-selling author F.C. Yee, the epic crush of Jeannie. Is this Jeannie Lo? And then The Iron Will of Jeannie Lo. F.C. Yee. The fate of the universe is in Jeannie Lo's hands. So anyone out there read that? Either one of these? Any of the Jeannie Lo books? All right, well, so I'll read this, I guess, after I watch these programs, and we'll see what it's all about. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get this out here. So here's our first Steelbook. This is Book 1, Water. Here is our front cover artwork, and here's the back. Here's the side again for you. That's what you would see when it's in the case. Now let me open it up here and see if we get any sort of extras inside. Just the discs. Sometimes they'll put artwork behind the disc. And it looks like you get some very subtle artwork. Just, kind of like some background ambiance. But, hold on, can I get this out? They've made it a little difficult to get out with one. But you know what? You can see right here. It's going to be the same type of deal. It's just like it's a very subtle wave in the background. 3 discs in book 1. So let's set that over there. In book 2. Here is book 2. The back of book 2. And then the side. Now I want to see what's the difference between the backs of these. Okay, we got different characters here. And then it looks like we have the same character on the front here in different poses. Is this Ong? I don't know, because I've never watched the show. But that would be my guess. Ong or Aang. See, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Let me check and see if the artwork is just as subtle on the inside of this book right here. And it is. Perhaps more subtle or subtler. Another 3-disc set in book 2. And then lastly, we've got this right here. This is book 3, Fire. Of course, giving you the fire theme with him performing some sort of fire kick. You've got a volcano in the background here, some stylized smoke. Looks pretty cool. I like that right there. That's pretty neat. That's a cool shot. So let me lay these out real quick, just so you can get a taste of what they have in store for you. So here's book 1, 2, and 3 as far as the back sides go. And look, what is this? There's a little bit of damage here. A little bit of a defect. I could really send this back and tell them, you guys didn't do a good job. I'm going to need you to replace my whole set for me. And then one more time. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and look, they go together, don't they? There you go. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I did this because now you can see that they all fit together quite nicely. You could put this right there. Here you go. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm glad I got this. It'll be even better if the show's good. If I hate it, I suppose it looks like the type of set that some Avatar fan is going to like. I'll probably be able to get rid of it on eBay. But you know what? I have faith that it will be a show that I end up falling in love with. I really hope so. I look forward to digging into this and enjoying it for years to come. Now I will just put the programs back. And here's another feature, guys. Real quick, let me show you this. I just realized. So let's say you're a big fan of this lady. And you're like, well, Aang, he's cool, but she's my favorite. Well, you know what? Switch the order of your Steelbooks around and you can proudly display her right there for all your friends to see. And people will come over and they might even be confused. And they'll be like, this box set? And they put her on the front? And you say, how? I put her on the front. Slow your roll, buddy. I did that. That was my creative decision. I made the choice that they should have made. I was the brave one. How does this look, I wonder, when you turn it around? How would it look to put fire kick in the front? Not as good because it's a little cut off. You can't really see it as well. So I would say the best feature about this little panel is that you could choose between 3 characters to display on the front. Now, for the sake of inclusivity, for everyone getting their fair shake, that's what it would look like with her on the front. But, I'm just going to go with who I think looks the coolest. And it's also the way they had it set up. But I'm going to keep it with our guy right here with the fire. I think that's a good way to go. And then I'll put, our book 1 back in the book 1 slot and book 2 right here where it went. So there we go. Okay? That's the set. There it is. And unfortunately, no one joined. No one was able to see a notification. Apparently, maybe someone saw that I was going live on Twitter. But it just was not, it was not the night for it. Well, we'll try again probably tomorrow. That's okay. You can't get discouraged about these things. You just kind of have to keep plugging away and doing your thing. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do around here. No time for whining or complaining. It just is what it is. Of course, you want people to join your stream, but if they don't, you just have to go through the stream as if you have 1 million people watching. You got to bring a good energy and a good vibe, and you got to be into it. You got to let people know that you enjoy what you're doing and that you're interested in telling them about the things that you are interested in. And so hopefully that's come across as much as possible for a show that I've never seen before, but one that I'm excited to check out now that I've got a little skin in the game. I put some money down here. I went ahead and bought this, and I'm hoping that it's a collectible that I cherish for the rest of my life. To be honest with you, that's what I hope. That's my hope. That's my dream. That's my goal. So yeah. So I'm not going to drag this out. I'm not going to drag this out anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, and I'm going to probably head to bed because I've got more work to do. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to begin bringing up some of my collectibles and actually doing some, you could say some character decorating, giving this place a little more character. Because right now, I love it. I love the way it looks and feels up here. But this is really the way that it could look if they were displaying everything at IKEA. I need to bring up some of my doodads, some of my trinkets and collectibles, some of my baubles. I am a bit of a bobblehead. So, and just now Obi-Wan has shown up. Hello, Obi-Wan. Thank you for stopping by. Unfortunately, I'm already through the entire presentation here, so you missed out on me going through this Avatar box set. I don't know if you're interested in this. I've never watched this show before, but they had this box set right up front at Best Buy. And it was something that I had thought about checking out previously, and then, they had this staring me in the face, and I was like, hey, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a gander. I'll check out this show that a lot of people seem to love, and I'll see if I love it. I hope I do. But what I've got going on tomorrow is I'm going to go ahead and bring some books up. I'm going to bring probably some action figures and so on. So, okay, Obi-Wan has watched through Avatar a few times. So then it must be at least pretty decent. No one's going to watch all the way through a show if it was crap. I wouldn't think. Unless you were doing it, for amusement. Because you thought it was so ridiculous and so absurd that it was, kind of one of those, like The Room. A movie like The Room that you watch because of how bad it is. I don't think this is like that. Apparently a live action adaptation is coming next year to Netflix. Well, I remember when they did the live action movie, and what I heard from fans of the show was that it was not good. No one seemed to be a fan of the M. Night Shyamalan version of Avatar. But me being a person who never watched the show, I didn't bother watching the movie. So I can't speak to that from first-person experience, but I can tell you that I remember when the movie came out, and I remember it being quite the colossal failure. It did not seem like one of those things that fans of the show felt like did justice to the source material. And I'm guessing if you've watched through this program a few times, you probably feel the same way. Unless you're one of those outliers. You know, you might be one of those people who actually enjoyed it. Obi-Wan says, also have watched the latest series by the same producers, The Dragon Prince. That's pretty good. Okay, The Dragon Prince. Is that another Nickelodeon show? Is it done through Nickelodeon, or is it sort of a different... Did someone else put that one out? I've never heard of it before. Also getting my bathroom fixed up tomorrow. That's another thing. Our house, again, I've said this many times, but our house has been in various states of destruction for almost 2 years through various projects. I believe that after tomorrow, all of that's going to be done. Everything. There are a few more things to do up here in the attic. You can see right here going down the stairs that, you know, this stuff right here, that little strip going all the way down, that's going to be covered up with basically this type of stuff. You know, some trim. We have to extend that around to right here. That's just like a little ticky-tack thing on both sides. And we're doing a nice smooth side on right here and then over there. Got to do those two things. That's about it up here. I think it's, well, yeah, it's like 99% complete. When is Shenmue cranking up again? Shenmue will crank up as soon as... By the way, this wasn't here last night. This just came in the mail. That's why it's still pretty wavy. You can see it. It's all wavy because it was folded up in kind of an odd shape. They had to kind of sandwich it up to ship it. But this just arrived. My brand new desk is going to go right here. And, you know, so I'll be sitting in this chair, probably about right here's, you know. This is going to be my view. As soon as my desk arrives, I'll be able to put that together. I'll get that right here in the corner, and then I will be able to bring my computer and my keyboard and everything else that I've been waiting to get up to this room. I'll be able to have it up here, and we will fire up Shenmue once more. So that's all I'm waiting on. That's it. This is going to be my drawing area. I'll be doing lots of artwork right here. This is cool because I can stand up to do it if I want to. You know, not sure if I showed this or not, but yeah, you can stand up when you're working, or you can lower it down all the way down to, you know, chair level. So pretty neat. Looks like, Obi-Wan said The Dragon Prince is a Netflix original. Okay. Well, maybe after I check out Avatar, then I will take a look at Dragon Prince if I like Avatar. Give that a go. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow. It would be really cool if my desk got here tomorrow, and then I can get back to some streaming. Yeah, that would be good. That would be preferable. Because, you know, it's not only Shenmue and streaming, it's like everything else that I want to do. I've not been in a proper headspace to like get momentum going creatively because I've been trying to finish this work up here so that I can bring all my other stuff up into this space and actually like get going on it in a consistent way. I've had to devote so much time to this project that everything else is kind of taking a back seat. You might be able to put it that way. But I have been working on the story for the comic book, and I have been working on some concepts and such for music for the next album. So it's like the wheels have been turning. I've actually been doing some work on these things, but not the way that I want to. Not in the way that I plan to when I'm able to come up to this space, kind of lock myself away, and just work without being interrupted or having to devote all this time to putting my house back together, you know. So it's nice. It's nice to see the light at the end of the tunnel here, and look forward to actually getting some new creative work out there. This is the longest drought I've had since I started playing music. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain. Because the last album came out in October of 2017. But, you know, before that, I think the last Sleepstar Ignition album came out in either late 2015 or early 2016. I can't remember exactly when it was. But at this point, I believe that I have gone the longest amount of time between some sort of music release since I started playing music in my first band in like 2003. So I'm feeling the need to get back at it and get some stuff out there. So that'll be good as well. All right. Okay. Well, Obi-Wan, thanks for popping in for a few. By the way, real quick before I go, did you get a notification this time, or did you have to come here manually? Did you see me make the post on Twitter, or did you actually get a notification? It'd be nice if you got a notification for once, but I'm guessing probably not. I'm guessing there's some sort of tomfoolery going on within YouTube, and they're trying to block my notifications going out. Maybe because I'm using OBS to stream. Because you can't stream directly. Oh, let's see. No notification. You just saw it. Okay. Yeah. It might be because I'm on OBS. Because YouTube will not let me stream directly from the app on my phone. Because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. If you don't have 1,000, then you have to use like a third-party app to be able to stream. So maybe they block your notifications from going out in that case, which seems a little silly to me. It's a little petty. A little petty. It's like I'm just trying to build up my channel here, guys. You know, I've gotten to 391. I know I'm not competing with PewDiePie and T-Series here, but 391. And what surprises me about 391 is that I gained close to 50 subs over several months when I was doing absolutely nothing. I'm not sure exactly why I got so many subs during that period. Some videos of mine must have been shared. I haven't really looked at these statistics to see which videos had a big boost during that time, but at least one or two of them must have, gone, you don't want to say viral because I don't have anything that's like got 1 million hits or anything like that, but I have to believe that at least several of my videos did pretty well during that period and convinced people to sub to the channel. Otherwise, I don't know where that would have come from, because that generally doesn't just happen on its own. You usually kind of have to work pretty hard for YouTube subs. That's been my experience. So, but hey, you know what? I'll take those last 50 or so that I've gotten, that I got during my downtime when I wasn't streaming a whole lot. Perhaps the work that I had put in up to that point kind of helped carry me through, gave me a little boost. I had enough content in the backlog that people could watch, while I was away. So, yeah, but that's going to be it for now. And, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, from over there with some Shenmue, and if not, soon enough. I was told that my desk will be arriving this week. So fingers crossed that it is sooner rather than later. And if it's not tomorrow, then I'll pop on here for another live video. And Obi-Wan, hopefully you see my announcement when I go let everyone in on the best kept secret, that I'm going live, since YouTube doesn't seem to want to. So cheers, everyone. Thank you for being here. If you've not done so, please sub to the channel. Share this video if you'd like. That'd be good. It was just a nice look at this little box set here. That's all. Nothing crazy, but it's I believe that it shows the product well. Okay, I'll say that. It gives you a good indication of what you're getting with this set. That's helpful. I believe that's helpful. That's a good consumer advocate thing to do. I'm advocating on your behalf as a consumer. You could check this video out. You can look at it and you'd be like, yeah, I'll pick that up. Or no, I don't think that's worth it. But I think it's worth it, and I hope that I like the show, and I hope you do too. So sub, bong the gong for notifications, even though you're probably not going to get them until I get to 1,000 subscribers. That seems to be how things are going to go here. So also follow me on Twitter at SuperDivorce. Just one word there, SuperDivorce. Follow me on Twitter. I will, I'll just make a quick post on Twitter a few minutes before I plan to go live each night, and hopefully you guys see it and you can come and hang out for a bit. Okay, till next time, everyone, take care. Lord willing, I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yep. Okay.